I've had patients go from stage 4 cancer to stage 0. So I have now seen where the end of cancer is coming from. I've seen how the war is going to finish. And here's how. I'm going to give you a brand new view of thinking about cancer.
Meet Dr. William Li, a renowned physician and medical scientist from Harvard,
whose pioneering breakthroughs medical research are reshaping
how we battle the deadliest global health crises of this era, from cancer to pandemics.
Dr. William Li is a Harvard-educated physician, scientist, and author, best known as president and CEO of the Angiogenesis Foundation, where his pioneering research has led to the development of dozens of FDA-approved treatment for cancer, blindness, and wound healing, impacting millions worldwide. He is also recognized for his work on food as medicine, advocating for the use of diet to activate the body's health defense systems, and is the author of the best-selling book, Eat to Beat Disease. This video presents Dr. Li's groundbreaking cancer research and his innovative methods for prevention and treatment, including reversing advanced stage cancer from stage 4 to stage 0. In this video, you'll learn, first, how cancer develops. Second, how your body naturally fights cancer. Third, key factors that can lead to cancer. Fourth, foods that prevent cancer. Fifth, lifestyle changes to lower risk of cancer. And finally, reversing cancer from stage 4 to stage 0. To help millions of cancer patients around the world by raising cancer recovery awareness. Share, comment, and like this video. How cancer develops. What if I told you right now, microscopic cancer seeds are sprouting inside you? Sounds terrifying, right? Groundbreaking researcher Dr. William Li shatters everything we thought about cancer. He reveals a shocking truth. Your body is making tiny cancer-like mutations constantly, like cellular pimples, every single time your cells copy your DNA.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a brand new view of thinking about cancer. And that is that we are all forming cancer in our bodies all the time, from the time we were kids. You don't have clinical cancer, you haven't gone to the doctor to get a diagnosis, still start forming cancers. And let me tell you why. Cancers are like pimples in our body.
Dr. Li says that DNA replication is imperfect. Your body regenerates trillions of cells daily. Errors are inevitable.
All right. And these cells have to divide to be able to reproduce themselves, copy and paste. Every cell has its own genetic material called DNA. It's our instructions for how our cells are work. So you got to copy and paste your DNA.
Our body has about 40 trillion cells, surpassing all stars observable in a clear night sky. Consider the magnitude of cell regenerations happening in our body.
We're going to make mistakes, and whenever there's a mistake that's being made that isn't caught and fixed, that's a mutation. And so we have mutations that are forming in our body just as an outcome of being alive and doing our thing, and we're not sick from those mutations. But every mutation is the beginning of a microscopic cancer. Every day, every 24 hours, there are 10,000 mistakes that are made in your body that your body doesn't catch, that propagate in the document of our body as it goes on. Each of those is a microscopic cancer. A microscopic cancer is just that. It's microscopic. It's too small to be seen with the naked eye, but it's abnormal, and that thing could turn into a big tumor that could eventually kill you.
How your body naturally fights cancer. Dr. Li reveals your body daily encounters microscopic cancers. Yet, we're protected by an amazing natural defense system that defeats these threats before they become deadly tumors. Discover your body's built-in cancer protection power.
Given the number of mutations that occur in our body every single day, so why don't we die from cancer all the time? Why don't we get cancer more often? The reason that we don't become more sick from all kinds of diseases, including cancer, is because our body is hardwired with its own health defense systems.
Dr. Li's investigation reveals your body deploys heroic defenses that relentlessly patrol from birth, defending health, including against microscopic cancers throughout life. But cancer occurs in a person when?
The person whose body has failed to detect and eliminate the microscopic cancers, and it's become large enough to actually become a threat. The smallest cancer that you could feel in the breast is 1 centimeter in diameter. A 1 centimeter breast cancer already has microscopic cancer multiplied 1 billion times. That's the smallest one you can feel.
Your body's natural cancer-fighting power hangs on immune system strength.
So you need a better immune system if you want a shot at this, and not just chemo or hormonal therapy. But there's another one. In order to feed 1 billion cancer cells, you need blood vessels to feed them. So the cancers, as they get bigger, they hijack our own circulation to feed themselves. Now, normally the body knows how to control those blood vessels. It's called angiogenesis, blood vessels, genesis. So naturally, our body knows how to prevent blood vessels from feeding cancers, and yet knows how to direct blood vessels to feed healthy tissues.
Dr. William Li reveals 5 natural cancer shields: your immunity, angiogenesis control, DNA repair, gut microbiome, and regeneration. These systems defend against cell mutations daily. If you're learning something valuable about cancer prevention from this video, hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to see more life-saving insights like this. Moving into our next crucial segment, we'll examine Dr. William Li's breakdown of the key factors that can lead to cancer. First of all, Dr. Li points the finger directly at ultra-processed food. His top culprits? Processed meats, classified by the WHO as carcinogens.
What are the things that take your shields down? Even eating ultra-processed foods once in a while is not going to harm you if your health defenses are naturally strong. But if you make it a habit, a regular habit, of eating this at the expense of eating healthier foods, you are actually going to tip your odds where the diseases are more likely to get you.
Excess salt is a ticking time bomb. It accelerates aging, cripples circulation, damages blood vessels, and disrupts your angiogenesis.
Okay, excess sodium, too much salt, which can be present in a lot of restaurant foods. People eat out a lot. Our brains respond very well to salty food. That high sodium levels actually speeds up, accelerates our cellular aging. So we actually age faster, but it also is a huge wear and tear on our health defenses, specifically our circulation. Our blood vessels, our angiogenesis system is taken down by excess salt.
Dr. William Li identifies sugar as another key disease driver, causing severe multi-system damage, harming you on multiple critical fronts.
High blood sugar can also do the same thing. So if you're eating an excess of added sugar, an uphill climb of your blood glucose, and it continues to stay up, that can actually happen if you're eating too much added sugar. What happens is that your blood sugars rises up, and now your body has, your metabolism, to chase that blood sugar down, and it's got to work harder and make more insulin, and eventually you just wear out that system, and then you have high blood glucose and an insensitive metabolism, and that's the beginning of sort of the dominoes starting to fall apart in your body.
Dr. William Li delivers a sobering truth. Alcohol, including mild beer and red wine, is another key offender. It triggers dangerous cellular mutations and systematically harms critical organs.
Alcohol is another one that actually can take down your health defenses over time. Alcohol is a universal toxin. Toxic to your brain, toxic to your liver, toxic to your heart. Can't get away from that. Your body will recover. Shields up, it can take a ding. But if you keep on drinking, alcoholism is so devastating to the health.
Beyond what's on your plate, Dr. William Li warns chronic stress is a major threat. It systematically impairs fundamental bodily operations, weakening defenses and paving the path for illness.
Besides the foods you eat, other things that can compromise your health defenses, stress. What does stress do? Lowers your immune system. Shields down, all right? Those microscopic cancers, whoa. That's why stressful people are more vulnerable to developing diseases like cancer. A little stress is actually good for you. Keeps us sharp, which is a good thing.
Dr. Li warns that lack of sleep is a direct path to disease. When you are sleeping,
in fact, a lot of other systems, including our health defenses, are being repaired, renewed, regenerated, rebooted while we are sleeping. So in those ideally 8 hours, 7 to 9 hours, 8's the sweet number, our brain is cleansing itself, detoxifying itself.
Based on extensive research, Dr. William Lee endorses specific foods that prevent cancer, some of which may even help reverse cancer. He recommends 2 categories of foods for cancer prevention and reversal and other diseases: angiogenesis inhibitors and immune boosters. The first item on his list is matcha tea.
Matcha is truly a super enriched, polyphenol-enriched tea. It's got a lot of potency to it.
What's so special about matcha tea?
You're getting all the polyphenols suspended in that. So now you get 100% polyphenol, okay, in matcha. And because you're getting the tea leaf ground to it, you're also getting your dietary fiber. The dietary fiber is good for your gut health, your microbiome, good for your metabolism, good for lowering inflammation. And the polyphenols found in matcha tea have also been found in the lab to kill breast cancer stem cells.
Targeting cancer stem cells helps prevent cancer recurrence. Beyond matcha tea, other foods like purple potatoes, rich in anthocyanins, may suppress cancer growth.
Other foods can also kill cancer stem cells. Purple potatoes, dark purple on the inside. All right. Turns out that those purple potatoes have something called anthocyanins. Purple potatoes have been studied in a lab, okay, at Penn State University and been shown to kill colon cancer.
Foods that promote healthy blood vessel formation may help inhibit cancer metastasis.
Eating foods like artichokes or strawberries or soy can actually help your body prevent extra blood vessels from growing towards cancer. Foods that you can eat that can grow blood vessels, healthy blood vessels, where you want them. And it turns out things like fruit peel can actually do that. And barley can grow new blood vessels. And dark chocolate can actually help to support blood vessels as well. And some of these things can also work on both sides of the equation. They can prune away the bad extra blood vessels, and they can grow them whenever you need them.
Foods like tomatoes, which are rich in lycopene, may help cut off tumors' blood supply.
You know, research studies have shown that tomatoes are good for overall health. You mentioned prostate cancer. So studies have shown that men who eat tomatoes regularly, cooked tomatoes, actually have a 29% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. It's pretty good. What's the dose of tomatoes that you need to cook tomatoes you need to eat? 2 to 3 servings per week.
How does lycopene help?
Lycopene in the lab will cut off the blood supply to tumors, anti-angiogenesis.
To fight cancer, you must include foods rich in Akkermansia in your diet.
Right? So I do eat the foods that support Akkermansia, the pomegranate, et cetera, and the chili peppers. And Akkermansia improves your metabolism, lowers the risk of metabolic syndrome. There might even be some clues that Akkermansia might also lower the risk of dementia.
Lifestyle changes to lower risk. Dr. William Lee advocates several lifestyle changes to strengthen the body's defense system against cancer and other diseases. First, he recommends avoiding stress. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that, when persistently high, can disrupt metabolism, weaken immune defenses, and increase disease risk.
What does stress do? Lowers your immune system. Shields down. All right. Those microscopic cancers, whoa. That's why stressful people are more vulnerable to developing diseases like cancer.
Because of chronic stress,
neurotransmitters, hormones to be released from your brain and your kidneys, your adrenal glands, that actually wear down your circulation. Now your angiogenesis system is also not functioning as well to protect yourself.
Dr. Lee confirms research-backed stress techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and therapy to lower cortisol. Coming up next is sleep.
It turns out when we're sleeping, even though our muscles may not be moving like we are during the day, in fact, a lot of other systems, including our health defenses, are being repaired, renewed, regenerated, rebooted while we are sleeping.
Dr. Lee recommends 7 to 8 hours of nightly sleep for critical brain detox. Good sleep sustains melatonin levels, vital for cancer prevention.
But think about this like day in and day out, chronically stressed people who are never getting good sleep. Add a little booze, alcohol to the equation, you can kind of see the problems that are going to build up. Your brain's going to be foggy. Your metabolism is going to be out of whack. You're not burning as much fat from the calories that you ate during the day. Now inflammation starts to rise in your body, and that inflammation really takes down your health defenses. And now you're much more vulnerable.
Dr. Lee recommends a 12-hour overnight fast. This intermittent fasting window supports metabolic health, aids fat loss, and may prevent chronic diseases by clearing damaged cells and reducing inflammation.
Fasting's good, and fasting's very old. It's not just a recent trend, because fasting is very natural to us, is just paying attention to what you do every day and be mindful. So when you're sleeping, you're not eating. When you're not eating, you're fasting. And the longer you're not eating and sleeping, the more time your metabolism, the Ferrari of your metabolism, of your body, can switch gears to burn down any extra fat that's accumulated.
According to Dr. Lee, the easiest way to fast is finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and eating breakfast after 8 a.m. This gives the body time to shift from burning glucose to fat.
Okay, so there's two kinds of body fat, white fat and brown fat. They're all good. They're all beneficial. White fat can also be visceral fat. And then brown fat is not wiggly jiggly like white fat. Brown fat is wafer thin. And brown fat actually is metabolically active, and it fires up a process called thermogenesis to burn down harmful visceral extra body fat.
Besides intermittent fasting, Dr. Lee suggests cold exposure helps break down visceral fat, the type linked to higher disease risk.
But you can actually use your brown fat to try to control that, to try to burn it down. Brown fat, by the way, is activated by foods and activated by cold temperatures. So when you talk about your cold plunge, brown fat can actually light up.
New hope for reversing cancer from stage 4 to stage 0. Dr. Lee has solved the key to reversing stage 4 cancer. Not through drugs alone, but by integrating precision medicine with food as medicine protocols. His team is now revolutionizing treatment with a groundbreaking combination: immunotherapy paired with Akkermansia, a powerful gut bacterium that's reshaping the approach to cancer. Dr. Lee shares that his 80-year-old mother, diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, achieved full reversal to stage 0 and continues to live a healthy life at age 91.
Times have changed. Science has advanced. Progress has advanced. Immunotherapy, the latest and greatest, I think, advancement in cancer treatment, had just broken through and become approved. Immunotherapy is not chemotherapy. It doesn't actually poison the cancer. Immunotherapy is a medicine that you give a cancer patient that wakes up your own immune system. All right. And my mother had immunotherapy. She was one of the early patients that got immunotherapy, and her own 80-year-old immune system woke up and went after that cancer. Now, we completely adjusted her diet so that her body between treatments would be as strong as possible, shields raised, as we've been talking about. And we gave her a little bit of radiation to help her immune system spot the cancer. Guess what happened? 3 treatments of immunotherapy, 3 weeks apart. We scanned her. Stage 4 went to stage 0, and she never had chemotherapy. 91, 10, 11 years later, completely healthy, completely cancer-free.
The second most promising cancer reversal treatment that Dr. Lee talks about is personalized cancer vaccines. Here's the real game changer. They're engineering AI-designed vaccines to target tumors like never before. This isn't just science fiction. It's the next era of oncology, and it's happening now.
What if I told you if you took a tumor and sequenced all the genes, you find every mutation? Those are the smoking guns of the cancer. Now, what if I took a little normal blood, normal cells, and sequenced that too? Now, what are you going to do with all that information? This is where technology sits in. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, compare normal cells with tumor cells, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, subtract out all the mutations that are found in normal cells, leaving only the smoking gun mutations in the cancer. All right, now you've just picked out the mutations, and now you can connect the mutations together. And now imagine you hit print technology, and now you have a protein printer that prints out those smoking guns as a protein. Now you take that protein and you inject it under the skin, and you're challenging your own immune system. You're vaccinating yourself with your own cancer, and you're causing your own immune system to say, aha, this is a bad guy. We're going to develop antibodies to go find our immune system. We're going to get ratcheted up to go find that cancer. Some patients with their own immune system woken up can actually keep them alive and cancer-free.
A new frontier involves fully sequencing a patient's tumor biopsy and normal cells to identify unique cancer mutations, smoking guns, using AI to isolate them, printing proteins representing those mutations, and injecting them as a personalized vaccine to train the patient's immune system to attack their specific cancer, showing promise in clinical trials for aggressive cancers like glioblastoma. Next, Dr. Lee emphasizes the importance of a healthy gut microbiome for effective immunotherapy response.
In 100 people who were receiving immunotherapy for different types of cancer, that if you looked at the difference between people who responded, lived, did well, versus people who didn't respond, didn't do well, died. Well, it turns out that when you compare everything, gender, age, comorbidities, all the other genetic factors, there was no differences between the groups of responders, people who did well versus people who didn't do well for immunotherapy, except for one thing. That one thing was one bacteria. The responders had one bacteria called Akkermansia muciniphila. If the people had that Akkermansia, they would respond to immunotherapy.
Breakthrough discovery. Scientists uncover Akkermansia muciniphila, a gut superhero, isn't just hitching a ride during immunotherapy. It's the ultimate co-pilot. This bacteria turbocharges immune responses, turning checkpoint inhibitors into precision-guided missiles against cancer. If you found Dr. William Lee's insights on reversing cancer, from stage 4 to stage 0, inspiring, give this video a thumbs up and please share your comments below. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for weekly cutting-edge research videos on holistic health. Our next video reveals science-backed secrets to longevity that you can't afford to miss. Hit play now. Your future self will thank you.